We know this in Washington State and across the United States. Today, we are experiencing a very serious health crisis. It demands the governments to protect the public health of Washingtonians, particularly our young people. Severe lung disease, and this is severe lung disease, has been reported all over the country. We have already had 7 serious cases in the state of Washington from vaping devices or e-cigarette products. This is an issue both about a dangerous product from a toxicological standpoint that is a serious health crisis and a problem with lifetime nicotine addiction that an industry is trying to hook our children on for life. So these issues are in addition to at least 12 deaths nationwide, and there have been over 100 lung injury severe cases across the United States from these related products. It does not have to be this way. We need to act for the public health of our people. We've got to do better to regulate, to monitor, and to communicate to the public the dangers of these products. Now, experts have not yet identified the specific chemical that is specifically causing the physiological reaction that have caused this problem. But we know that there is an action causing this problem, and that is the predatory marketing by this industry to our children, intentionally trying to addict them to various products and using flavoring to do so. These kids get hooked, and they get hooked for life. So many products in this industry are targeting children. They are flavoring products with flavors attractive to our children: bubble gum, raspberry, cinnamon, and the like. These flavors exist for one reason and one reason only, and that is to make them more appealing to young children. These products are also packaged in a way to appeal to young children. Now, we do not have evidence at the moment that the flavoring chemistry itself is the reason for the disease, but it is the reason for the disease because it is hooking our children on the product in the first place. Now, Big Tobacco is required to stop marketing to children by federal action and litigation from using cartoon characters and targeted advertising to youth. Young people have been told that smoking could kill them due to warning labels that have been federally required. But for young people and for adults, vaping has been, in some sense, wrongfully seen as some safer alternative. It turns out that might be true given to the health crisis that we now are experiencing. And it is certainly not true from the sense that it is addicting our children for one of the most powerful addictive substances in the world today, and that's nicotine. So we know that vaping at times have been used by people to help a cessation effort off of tobacco and some of the particular matter in tobacco. So we understand that. But we need to understand it's important to note that those products have limited warning labels, letting people know about the dangers. Now, Washington State's legalized use of cannabis for adults is a well-regulated system, and that is not going to change. However, vapor products are often mixed with other things, and the Federal Food and Drug Administration does not know and review the contents of these liquids. Anything could be included in the mix. It is the Wild West, and that is one reason we're having this health crisis. So we are not waiting for the big tobacco industry to tell us what is in their products. We won't trust them with our health. We won't trust them with our children's health. Their interest is in making money. Our interest is in protecting the health of our children. We are interested in ensuring that adults and young people have known and regulated ingredients in these products and have information about them. Everyone deserves to know what is in these vaping liquids when they are inhaled into our lungs. So right now, this is an unregulated industry that could include anything, and we have no way of what it is. This is a giant hole in the ability to protect the public health of our citizens. So vaping products and e-cigarettes must be regulated and not marketed to our children. So today, I'm announcing an executive order to help make our state safer from these products. So my executive order will direct the Washington State Department of Health to take several actions. It will ask the State Board of Health to adopt emergency rules to ban all flavored vapor products, including flavored THC products. I expect the board to take up this request and vote on it at their next meeting on October 9th. My executive order also directs the department and the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board to do the following. First, immediately ban any ingredients or sources that are found to be the cause of this acute lung illness. Next, I expect to work together to draft governor request legislation for the next session of the legislature that would ban permanently all flavored products, that would require disclosure of all ingredients in flavored products, to increase the regulatory oversight of these products, to limit bulk sales, to expand our educational campaign, and to clarify that the Department of Health's authority has, in situations like this, where there is harm or risk to the public, but the specific cause from a chemistry standpoint has not been yet identified. It also requires these agencies to immediately take whatever steps they can to warn consumers of the risks and to encourage healthcare providers to report all suspected cases and expand their educational campaign to increase awareness around the dangers of vaping. Now, this is particularly important. I think consumers in this country have unfortunately been lulled into this sense that if you buy something, that there's some regulatory body that will protect you from dangerous chemicals in this product. That doesn't exist today, either in the United States or the state of Washington. And we have to up our expectation of performance to protect the health of consumers. Now, I do want to make something clear. I wanted to do more by this executive order. I wanted to go further than this, but I have followed our existing statutory authority. We aren't done in this discussion. This, what I'm doing by this executive order, is a floor, not a ceiling. It sets up a further dialogue so we can continue to look at the science on this issue as science continues to come in. So this is part of an ongoing process regarding protection of citizens from vaping and smoking. Early this year, I was proud to sign a bill that raises the legal smoking level to 21 years of age. This has long been a priority of mine and Trudy's and many other people across the state, some of whom are joining today. That was the right thing to do to stop our kids from one path to nicotine addiction. Now we are adopting measures on another. So that was good and necessary, but it was not enough. I am confident this executive order will save lives. I am confident it will save children from a lifetime of nicotine addiction. I am confident it will reduce this epidemic of youthful vaping that today is driving parents and grandparents crazy across the state of Washington. Just as I was pulling in here, I was on the phone with a fellow who works at Amazon who told me that his son had started vaping just out of nowhere, and this was like taking off like wildfire through his school. It's time for the state of Washington to protect these kids, and that's what we're doing.